Alright, so it's been a while since well, it's not actually, it hasn't actually been a while. It's been 2 days since I filmed a video reflection. But it has been a while since I've been sitting in front of the camera with decent lighting and a decent haircut. Or not, I don't know. Couple of changes. Firstly, this is 3 days after the lacrosse, 4 days after the lacrosse competition, and it's actually not over. We're going to have another competition this Saturday, and the reason is it's like a league competition. So by that I mean the first day it's like group games, and then only the top 2 advance to semifinal and finals. And then the second day, which is this Saturday, it's just tournament. So semifinals, and then the winners of those semifinals go to finals, and then they face off to get one winner. It's basically how the fall lacrosse competition works. I'm sitting in front of the camera right now because I thought it's better late than never that I film a video reflection where I keep you guys up to date on what I've been doing so far. Is this going to be an extensive version of that? No. I'm just going to go over quickly a couple of things that a couple of changes. I don't remember the last time I filmed a video reflection where I talk about what I've done, mostly because I probably didn't. I remember I was supposed to film a reflection on the Appropriate Technology conference, which was absolutely... Actually, I remember I did that. I did that. I'm not sure if I uploaded that, though. But besides the point, enough rambling, enough discursive chatter. That's another word I've learned. So, to start off with habits. I've been reading at least 30 minutes a day for the last 3 weeks, but excluding a couple days in between where I had to go to and from my school and I couldn't read those couple of days, but excluding those days, I've been reading consistently. I'm currently at Habit 2. Habit 2 is very important. Habit 2, actually, I haven't read that in 2 days. Actually, no, I remember now what Habit 2 is. Habit 2 is basically begin with the end in mind. So that's what you want to be or to do, or what you want to be remembered by. Keep that in mind when you act and when you do something. Just keep that in mind. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so that's habit number 1 that I've been doing, is reading consistently. Habit number 2 is I've been doing Duolingo and Anki, which is like a word flashcard app, consistently, very consistently for the last 4 weeks. So, cheers. Good on you, Jasper. So, yeah, I am proud of that, and it's been quite helpful, actually. Yeah, surprisingly very helpful. Okay, and then we're going to start with the big changes first. I made my own business card. Jasper Dale Studios. It's, for you can't read it, but let me read it for you. It says 3D modeling and printing shop. It has my address, not my address, my email address and my phone number, and at the end it says kind reception. Because what can I say? I'm a kind guy. I've made about 200 of these. These are actually really, really cheap. I don't know if you can see that, but it's bad quality. It's not really the best stuff, but who cares? I don't. So for now, it's just, it does the job done. I mean, it gets the job done. It has my phone number. It has my email address. I'm happy with it. And all that for $8. Like, I'm not saying that's good quality, but it's like for $8. Hard to beat. Anyway, that's the first one. The next big change, I don't know if this is a change or not, but I bought this mesh. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with it if you've ever seen my lacrosse stick. The white head, which is the Mark IIF stiff, which is the face-off head. That one has this that one has this mesh, which is called the Hero X. This one's, I believe, from ECD. And the reason I really like this mesh is because when I do the face-off and I go for the ground ball, this mesh actually yields way for my ball. So the ball can just slide in very easily. Whereas the other mesh that I was using, which is this one, which is the 4F by String King, this mesh is fine. It's very durable. It's great at face-offs. The only thing it's bad at is yielding. This thing has a stubborn, adamant attitude. This thing hates ground balls. Let's say if it was in this position, a ball goes in, it says, nope, you're not coming in. But for this Hero X mesh, this thing's great. It absolutely loves the ball. It likes to yield. Very soft, quite durable. Compared to the 4F, not as durable because we can sort of see wear and tear. It's been on this head for about 3 days now, and it's already sort of showing wear and tear, so that's not the best, but I mean, it excels at what it does. And then I've also changed to this Mark IIF, which is it's a softer version of the white head, which is the Mark IIF stiff. The 2F stiff is great for 50-50s. If I ever go to 50-50, I'm taking the Mark IIF over the Mark II. I mean, the Mark IIF stiff over the Mark IIF every single time, because that thing is just way better at winning 50-50s. But that's the thing is, in Korean lacrosse, especially in high school league, I'm not being arrogant, I'm just saying, statistically, there is no other player who likes to do face-offs other than me. I like to do face-offs because it's fun. I don't necessarily love lacrosse. I love doing face-offs and I like lacrosse. But for the other players, they love lacrosse. Some of them like face-offs. But so yeah, I'm basically the only one who does this full-time. I like it. And what it has caused is a phenomenon where I can just beat them for the clamp at least 100-0, because I can just full clamp before they can come to 50-50 with me. So in that case, I don't necessarily need that thing, because if I can just full clamp every single time, why do I even need a stiff head, right? So yes. And then I really like this color scheme. I string this myself. Yellow on white on black, yellow on white on black. I'm really proud of this. I call this the Muramasa, which is, it's Japanese, but it's like a Japanese swordsmith's name. I mean, I like it. There's a funny story behind it, so I've chosen that name. But that's basically the second update. Also, the only downside with a soft head, the Mark IIF, is it likes to shrink. So whenever I'm not doing face-offs, I need to do this, where I'm stretching the head like this, or better option is you can just get something like this. This is a jar that I store from my mom. You can just put that there. It's very snug, very nice. And then this one's just, this one actually happened today. But what actually happened is this one's my coach's helmet. It's actually made for people with really big heads, which my coach has. He has a pretty big head. I'm sorry, coach. But yeah. So one of my friends is using this because he doesn't have a helmet at the moment. But problem is, this thing likes to move around a lot because, as I said, it's for people with big heads. But problem is, one of the straps, this side, doesn't have anywhere to latch onto. So whereas the other sides have these buckles, this side that didn't. But that's not a problem because I went ahead and 3D printed this little guy. I don't know if, yeah, now you can see it. And I just attached it here, put a bolt, put a nut on the other side, tightened everything, and now this thing works like a charm. Doesn't release. For those of you who say 3D printing can't fix everything, it can't fix everything, but it can sure as hell help. Another idea that I've been getting for myself is lacrosse balls. You see, lacrosse balls are expensive in South Korea, and the reason is because there are no manufacturers. Now, is this sport large? No, of course not. But there are a handful of pretty affluent people who play this sport, like prestigious high schoolers, or I don't know, high school graduates who go on to go to prestigious universities and get pretty decently paying jobs. Yet we still ship our lacrosse balls from the US. And the problem is really simple. Manufacturing a lacrosse ball isn't really difficult, or isn't expensive rather, but the problem is they're heavy. Each lacrosse ball weighs about, I don't know, like 300 grams. They are some heavy balls because it's full latex rubber, right? And what happens is when you start to order like 1,000 of those, it starts to weigh a lot. And those shipping costs are not cheap at all. So my idea is very simple. Why not just make them in Korea? And so I asked the Korean Lacrosse Association, why don't you just make them in Korea? And they said, we don't make them in Korea right now. Now, I don't know if they're going to like me doing this, but I plan to make and sell lacrosse balls in Korea, because I definitely know I can make them for cheaper and sell them for cheaper because there's no shipment fee, or at least there's less shipment fee, right? So that's that, right? Very simple, but I plan to do this after this competition, and plus after I ask permission to do so, because right now the Lacrosse Association is selling the balls, and I'm pretty sure they're making profit because, I mean, the money they have to pay their employees has to come from somewhere, right? But I should ask for permission, which is sort of tradition in Korea. But you know, that's annoying, but if they do allow me to do that, then sure, I'm going to go ahead and ask a couple of companies in Kappa, which is a platform I use to manufacture those latex rubber balls, so we can have all a good, jolly time. Anyway, my voice is starting to break, and that's about it. That's about all I'd like to talk about for now. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. It's nice to be in front of the camera time to time.